Hey, how you doing? Of course, this is HB. I'm very, very excited and happy to be back with you for another episode of Home-Based Poetry, Conversations with HB, where we get to talk about all the great topics, things that's going on. We get to have very interesting guests on that we get to have awesome conversation with as well. And these are conversations that I'm usually having offline with just the amazing friends that I've been able to make over my 39 years on this beautiful planet. But now I get to have it online with you. So you get to see, you get to dig in, you get to chime into the conversation a little bit so that you can see what's happening. You can help formulate your opinions about different things that may be going on. And oftentimes I have poets on where you get a chance to hear some poetry as well and understand where they came from and all of their history and just good people that you may have never met before. So it's really exciting to me to be doing this show, and it's more exciting to me that you're watching it. So thank you very much. We honor you. We appreciate you. This is being filmed out of Arizona. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, even though, as you can tell by my shirt, I'm a Chicago man. Have no doubt about that. But we are in the Valley of the Sun right now, and it is 90 degrees and climbing. So winter is over. We don't do spring, so we're going right into summer out here. But it's good times. The only thing that's not good times are these allergies that's kicking up. The pollen count is insane right now. And this is coming from somebody who's never had allergies. And my eyes are burning. They red. They itching. It's crazy. So I need everyone to pray for me, because I want to make it through this, and I want to make it through in one piece. We're going to have a very interesting show today. We're going to dive into some different topics, and one of those being just home-based history, different things like that. Another one being gender and wherever else the conversation may take us. And I'm excited to have on the show for the first time for myself, which is so awesome and so exciting, is another powerful sister. We've had some powerful queens on this show so far. You need to just check your logs so you can see everything and everyone, because it's been pretty amazing. But this young lady right here is just a phenomenon, not just around the United States, but internationally. She actually has her own show right here on this channel, which is exciting. And I got a chance to watch her and be a part of her show. And that's what gave me the idea. That what made me want to say, you know what? Man, maybe I could have one as well. So she definitely blazed that trail for her brother, and I'll be forever grateful and thankful for that. Always putting me on, always been a supportive voice for me as well. Just once again, just a powerhouse in the world of business, in the world of women's empowerment, in the world of even political moves and things like that, working with the UN, being representatives for different nations. So just an amazing, amazing, amazing sister. We got Tina Michelle in the house today.
Hello.
How you doing?
It's so great to be here today. I'm so happy that we have a chance to be part of the home-based vision here at the network. So I'm very excited to be here.
It means the world, and thank you for that, because it's interesting to have a vision and have a huge vision. And when a vision is worth its salt, when it's large enough, you can't do it by yourself.
No, you can't.
You just can't. You got to plug into your resources, you know. Yeah. And thank you for being not just a resource, not just an ally, but a friend.
Always.
We appreciate you. Now, Tina Michelle, tell the people a little bit about yourself. I know you got millions of followers, but
we're getting there.
Excuse me, there still may be some people who don't know who you are, some of your credentials, what makes you awesome, right? So could you share some of that with the people that's watching today?
My biggest credential that you need to know about is that I am HB's friend. That's my biggest credential.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, everything else is par for the course. So what do I mean by that? We're already doing the work. Mm-hmm. People acknowledge that we're doing the work already and decided to give me a credential for something we were already doing.
That's right.
So praise God for them. I'm always grateful when, like I was saying to you when I first walked in today, it's a little overwhelming when you see all this stuff over a process of 35 years. I've been in the industry for 35 years.
Wow.
So I'm 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
I'll be 39. You're 39, 49
yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
So over this process of time, saying the consistent message of be empowered, and self-empowerment is about empowering yourself, not just empowering someone else.
There you go.
Right? And staying to the course. And sometimes people are, oh, here she comes, that kumbaya,
Yeah.
Or this is not going to make money, and see everything sort of move in a certain direction.
Yeah.
It's a little overwhelming because you expect to see your vision speak, but when it does speak, you're like, wow, okay, this is beautiful.
So many people are out there planting seeds, and they say they want that harvest. And what they don't realize, and what I've always noticed, is that when it's harvest time isn't a time to sit back and the vegetables jump in your basket.
Where the work begins.
The work. You think you was working to plant? You think you was working to protect and nourish? Oh, wait till it's harvest time. It's work.
Amen.
Taking it all out, putting it in the baskets. You're going to work harder during harvest time when everything is happening for you than you are the rest of the time. So everybody isn't ready for it. They claim they're ready for success. They claim they're ready for things to just start snapping into place, and they're not ready. I commend you, because I know you're overwhelmed, but you move. You don't overwhelm and stand still.
No.
Right?
I mean, I do stop and pause for a meditation.
Of course.
So I can hear from Spirit, see what I need to be doing next. I do check in with the team that I've been blessed with, because, out of the mouths of many comes good counsel.
Right.
But on the most part, I'm always like, stick and move.
Yeah.
Though we live here, I'm from New York, you're from Chicago. So I always laugh and say when I got here, I was confused, because things move so slow.
Yeah.
I wanted it yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were telling me mañana.
Yeah.
When I got here, so I'll take now.
Yeah.
So that's the average between yesterday and tomorrow.
This is my compromise right now.
Now.
Let's do it.
So, it's exciting because, my whole focus has always been community, and I'm, sick of people complaining and whining and being couch politicians, and they're not going to do anything about it. They need to just shut up and go sit down somewhere.
Absolutely.
And that's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Or move.
Put some action in it.
Put some action in it. You may not change the whole world, but you can change your world and be very contagious in the process.
Earn your right to an opinion.
That's right.
Earn it, without a doubt. Well, you have earned it, and you continue to.
That's what I love about you, because I always can see the progress, and congratulations on officially launching the nonprofit.
Thank you. Home Base Foundation, nonprofit, yeah.
I'm always watching, because I know you say you're going to do something, that's what you're going to do. Even if it's going to take a little bit more time, because we got to get people moving around the vision too. I know that's what you're going to do.
Right.
I know what your heart is. I know what your passion is. So it's easy for me to say, you know what, call HB. Not even thinking twice. You know what? Let's go over to his event and see, what it looks like when it comes to partnering with doing something for the community. I don't even think twice about it, because I know your spirit.
Thank you.
And I know what your objectives are. But it's not always the same, for everyone.
It's not. And people aren't always clear and honest about their objectives. It's nothing like trying to work with someone and you think you know what their goal is, and they haven't been honest about it. That makes it rough, and it could create even distrust. So when you do find someone you can work with, we hold on to them, don't we?
Yeah.
Man, look, you stuck with me for years and years.
That's right.
You
I
can't
remember
get rid
the
of
first
me.
time I heard you guys, heard of you. You were already at the venue, which I didn't know that, but I remember it was at Johnny Q's, right?
Yeah.
Doc and Larry just became
Johnny's Uptown.
Yeah. They just became the owners of the venue. And then, what about this poetry thing? What about this poetry thing, Doc Jones? And I was like, I love poetry. I think it's important. It's the drumbeat of our culture. We need to be able to, emphasize the lyrical. Again, me on the kumbaya, but they did it, but you were already tracking towards that venue anyway. So things just happened to converge.
It really
wasn't a new idea for you. It wasn't a new idea for me.
Right.
It was a convergence. So it was great to see your first event, how many people came out, and then watch you grow from there. And then from venue to venue, I've instead of tracking you, if I can make it, I try to stop in. And I'm just so proud of the progress. I'm proud of what you're doing.
We're very proud.
And it's a very classy event.
And I think that's important. And when I was younger, that wasn't as important. You know what I mean? But as I got older, I want to hang out, have a drink. You know what I mean? Probably throw on some Stacey Adams or something. You know what I mean? Look decent. Enjoy myself. But that's just as I got a little bit older. You know what I mean? And even now, I still like my grimy events. Every now and again, I want to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Just full blown Red Man style, right? Red Man. Straight up. But I appreciate that. We're pretty excited because we're launching another aspect. And we're going to see where it takes us. But the West Valley here doesn't have almost anything in the world of poetry.
Oh, wow.
So as of next week, next Thursday, you heard it first. I'm making announcements today on Facebook. But next Thursday, HB in the West Valley open mic. And so we're going to be doing HB in the West Valley. And that doesn't stand for Harold Branch. It stands for Home Base Poetry. So HB Poetry in the West Valley is going to be going down first and third Thursday. Starting next week, so we're excited about that on Thursday nights. Yeah.
So that's exciting. That's really exciting. I have a bunch of friends over there. They go,
ton of friends. Yep.
To come east.
Ton of friends, all in Surprise and El Mirage and Buckeye. Got a ton of family out there. You know, when I moved, look, quiet as kept. I'm a West Side boy. Like, I don't know what it is about the West Side of any city, but that's my part.
That's funny.
When I moved from the West Side of Chicago, I moved to Avondale, Arizona. The west side of town. That is West Side for real. And I was in Avondale. That's where I got my first job. You know what I mean? That's where I went to, finish high school, the community college rather, and just everything else was out there in that West Valley. So I'm excited because this is my first opportunity to really go back almost to my Phoenix home. And do poetry with cats I probably went to school with.
That is awesome.
Right. So
congratulations
thank you
for the growth.
Yeah, we're super excited.
I heard a rumor that we're going to be publicly doing a announcement, big launch, social campaign about your TV show. Yep. So we're going to be launching. We've been having these great shows and great conversations and enjoying them. They've been going awesome, but we've been in the learning process as well. We're feeling really good about what we got going on. Working on the background material and different things like that. The buzz is starting to pick up about the show. People want to see it. People want to talk about it. People want to. They're clicking on it all over YouTube and things like that. So we're going to launch it right because we didn't do the launch right. We did a soft launch. Yeah, we did. Well, you wanted to be comfortable because
I did.
I said just go do it. Just do it.
I did. They said get in there, do a show. It had 4 different names.
Yes.
Beforehand.
Yes.
I let go the whole not knowing what to say or not being comfortable, allowing myself to have just let go. And it's a new medium for me, right?
But it's natural for you.
Yeah.
It's natural for you.
It feels good.
Well, I mean, coming out the gate, you are comfortable in it because you have something to say. And I like this radio TV platform. One, because it's accessible to everyone. Radio
TV. I didn't even. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out what to call it.
It's called social radio TV.
Social radio TV.
It's actually a thing, because we're IPTV.
Yeah.
I just found out the other day from one of our new studio partners, that Larry is actually the largest owner of IPTV networks.
Let's talk about the technology that's behind what we do, if you don't mind, because you know it better than I do. So I don't get to talk about it a lot. But family, let me tell you this. Brother Larry is absolutely amazing. And this gentleman has come up with some amazing technology for this medium. Just awesome. And so I just thought, okay, well, maybe it's just radio, TV, just online streaming. It's a little deeper than that, isn't it?
It's a lot deeper than that. We are considered Internet Protocol television. So when you are usually streaming on Facebook, it's just the people that can catch you in your feed. When you're streaming through like a Ustream or live feed, it's still only those people who are watching the broadcast at that time. But with us, we're 24-hour networks. We're 22 24-hour networks that have 168 hours. So I own TMTV. I bought the whole network, which is Transformational Media Television.
Yeah.
But I'm also his partner in the other 22 networks for content procurement.
Wow.
So I've watched the process. I've watched the industry change, whereas now you've got Time Warner, Dish Network, DirecTV. They're actually following the lead of these emerging technology visionaries like Larry, Alki, David, who decided that, everything's gone digital. It's easier for us to have this platform on the net, but not living on the net only. And now satellite crawls your content. Cable crawls your content.
So let me make sure I'm following. Because it's taken me a few times to hear it, to try to start to understand it. I just know you guys are awesome, and I know there's millions of viewers.
So we have at least 77 million unique viewers per month on that platform, and then what we're focusing on is producing shows like yours, and creating great engagement, because great engagement means ROI.
Absolutely. So what we're doing is this is a show that is online and being streamed through internet. However, it is not it's not like something where you got to click it, start over every time. It's It's like
it's on a regular television grid.
It's a regular
you're on 5
station.
stations. Actually, I don't know how many stations you're. I have to ask Larry, but I know you're on Hollywood. You're on Hollywood Comedy, and you're on the same station with Lunel, Bishop Don Juan. You're right in between them. Right?
From my family back in Chicago, you heard that right. I'm on a station with Bishop Don Juan. I don't blame me, but some folks at the crib, they're giving me shout outs right now. They cracking up out west.
Okay.
I grew up seeing that green caddy.
He's a good
You know
guy.
what I'm saying?
It's funny because as a leader, a spiritual leader in the community, I went to a lot of people to help us with some of our events with the youth in LA, and they didn't show up.
Right.
Bishop did.
Yeah.
Bishop helped the kids, so he could do whatever he want on
Yeah.
our networks.
I know that's
He's
right.
good with me. You're on TMTV, which is my network, Transformational Media Television. So you're syndicated out the gate into 3 other TV networks that play 24 hours a day. So
do they play on? So let's say if someone said Hollywood, wow, that sounds really interesting. I would like to see what kind of programming they have there. It's 24 hours available. How would I tune in to Hollywood?
Well, there's ways that you can access it. You can go to filmon.com.
Okay.
And you can just go down urban to the urban marker. There's 600 stations there that we're also partnered on that we're able to advertise on, promote and market on. And some of those stations are pretty big stations. They are the original streaming mechanism for these TV networks, right?
Right.
So, but you go down to urban, click and look for Hollywood and see you most of the time on Hollywood. Like
Nice.
Between everything, we got you in Hollywood.
So filmontv.com.
Or go to your Google Play Store or
Okay.
your Apple iOS.
Of course.
Okay, so you can go there and look for Film On, download the app, and it's right on your phone.
So you could download the Film On app on your phone and be getting these shows directly to you.
That's
because I'm going to be doing that very thing right now. See, I'm on the station. I didn't even know I could download the thing. So that's exciting. I look forward to doing that as well.
It makes it very portable. You know, you don't always have your TV in your pocket, but you definitely have your phone.
Always got your phone.
You always got
Because we're going to blow this technology up in a major way. We're going to blow up this amazing content. Like you said, we're going to do a grand opening for it, and we're going to promote all these different aspects. And we got some more ideas for some shows that's going to be setting out from a poetic standpoint, from a community standpoint, from a parenting standpoint, and we're going to be connecting with people all over the United States that's going to be able to contribute as well. So we're really excited about that. Which is exciting
for us because we launched the Global Parenting Network with hopes that people would step up.
And that's why I'm excited to be a part of. I'm going to have a show on there as well. We already talked about that on the Global Parenting Network. Who doesn't want to help their kids become better? Who doesn't want to grow as a parent? That's absolutely. Right. So, before we chime out of here, I wanted to have a little conversation because honestly, that technology just got excited about what we're doing and where we're at and the innovations that's going on. Please know there are a lot of exciting things going on, and it's always some more under the surface, at least with us.
We're constantly moving.
Anybody that's around me, anybody that's in my circle is held to a very high standard. And not only do you see things happening, but they got stuff they're working on under the radar, under the ground, waiting for that to sprout up, So really, really fired up. And I'm going to tell you, my circle and my friends and my interactions and my partners and the people I love and care about, you all make me so powerful and so strong. Aww. And I tell people all the time, I'm rich for my relationships, not for my cash.
My number one accolade.
The money shows it is what it is. But my relationships, strong. And the relationships you don't have tell me a lot about you as well. The people you keep out your life.
That's right.
That tells me just as much as the ones you let in. Right? So be careful because associations is a real thing. It really is. So you speak a lot about women's empowerment. You speak a lot to women to help them find their voice, to help them find who they are, demand how they should be treated, and all these different things, really get a strong foundation of self so that they could be their authentic selves. And much of what makes a woman and what makes a man is how we deal with each other.
That's right.
Right? And how we allow ourselves to be dealt with. Right? And it's a lot of gender conversation these days because of it's more of a fluid term. Right? People where, at one point the mindset was choosing the gender. Now the gender, you know what I mean, is
gender fluidity.
It's fluidity. It's fluid.
Topic.
It's very fluid, right? And the concept of equality versus balance versus just flat out inequality, right? Oppression versus all these different things. And of course, what we know as the male construct, right? To keep, a certain type in power. And we know that's the case when it comes to male. That's the case when it comes to race. That's the case when it comes to a lot of things. What are some of the aspects and some of the things that you're hearing out here conversationally that's happening when it comes to gender and gender communication? What are some things, some issues you're seeing that's popping up?
I'm hearing a lot of confusion, a lot of hatred, animosity, disparity. I'm hearing a lot of different things, which is probably not much different than what has been going on ever since the suffrage movement. Right. It's just now, for whatever reason, because of social media and everything else, it's a little more poignant and a little scarier to me because you have people who are really not in a position to pundify the content to actually having authoritative voices. So there's a lot of shifting and correction that some of us are doing.
The people that's being allowed to converse on these things it's like you really should not even have a camera, and they're not being vetted. The information isn't being ran through. They're just talking and not moving any facts or what have you. It's pretty. And some people can say that about me. Grabbing my show like this, right? So that is a weird element
opportunity
that's
to have
going
a trending conversation on a regular basis, which is why we do what we do.
Yeah,
we want to hear every voice, every opinion, but at the end of the day, my thought is always that it's self-empowerment, not disempowerment of others.
Yeah.
So when I sort of look at the fact that in order for whole movements to live right now, it's disempowering others. And, there was a march in Washington in reference to women, and I understood that we have our First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And I'm very happy that I'm in a country that I can do that. But we have done that as black people, and we changed laws.
Yeah.
My question was, what will you change?
Yeah.
Because of your march.
Yeah.
And for some people, they're like, how are you not supporting women? So I am supporting women. I'm asking the question.
Right.
What is the trajectory of your conversation?
Yeah.
What will you change?
What act is this? How is this going to change everyday life?
And how is this?
What's the goal?
What's the goal? And if you just want to express yourself, fine. We live in a nation that allows you to do so on a regular basis. But my position around women's empowerment, which I stopped doing it because I just didn't think I worked well with women.
Wow.
And then I realized that's not true. I work great with women. I don't work well with chicks. Okay? Chickens, you can cut their head off. They keep running. They don't need it.
Huh.
So I work well with
women, right,
not with chicks. And until you have an identity that's clarified in purpose, we all were chicks at one point.
Just running around without
waiting for the rooster to crow.
Yeah, for the guidance, somebody to tell you what to do.
Yes, instead of knowing this is my note. This is who I am. And I want to contribute that to society.
That's heavy.
Right? So I dealt with a lot of competition, a lot of different things, even starting this network here in Arizona.
Of course.
It's a small market.
Yeah.
People got very nervous of what we were trying to do. I just kept saying, be like Oprah. They kept saying Oprah's going to close. All she do is stay. Just continue.
Yeah.
And then they'll see that we are really about the community.
Absolutely.
Well, when it comes to women, what I see a lot of is disparity when it comes to our political system, who's in power. And also, and I have to say this out loud, the movements that I saw actually did not include black people, Latin people, and the people who are actually excluded in the conversation during the election, which were immigrant workers as well as homosexuals, bisexuals.
There has been, the last few days, there's been just multiple instances of white male public disrespect to black women, powerful black women that deserve just professional respect,
just
not
like
because
one of
they were
my
just
mentors
professionals.
and loves of my life, Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Exactly,
the things that
with
was
Bill
said about
O'Reilly.
her.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just has nothing to do with anything. And then Spicer and what he said about Miss Ryan, a seasoned reporter. She's been in the White House more than him. And for him to tell an adult, you don't tell an adult, stop shaking your head. Stop shaking your head. Who the fuck? Who do you think you are that you get to tell this adult professional woman, human being, talk to her like that? It was so crazy and so disrespectful. It really put a lot of this on my mind. And then the feminist movement, like you said, a lot of that excluded a lot of, I mean,
women's rights and women's initiatives is about
the women that's coming up missing, the black women that's coming up missing, from Sandra Bland. It's so many, from the sister from Ghostbusters.
501 children missing.
500. It goes the sister from Ghostbusters. She's on Saturday Night Live right now. And the way she was attacked so viciously online, the feminists, I didn't see that huge array of, white feminist women, that movement really moving to and taking up real serious stances to defend and protect, and even saw them chastise Michelle Obama.
I watched them chastise
because
Michelle Obama.
She chose to be, take care of the kids at some point, even though she was a professional woman. I thought the movement was about choice, not about you got to do it this way now.
That's the difference. What people don't realize, there's a difference between the feminist movement and the suffrage movement, which is the civil rights movement. It's part of the civil rights movement.
I always heard it as the womanist movement. I heard that women of color really moved that movement on because it considered, the cultural aspect. Because that can't be ignored.
It can't be ignored. But at the end of the day, what people have to realize is that, and I'm just going to say the facts, and if my sisters don't agree, and I'm saying female, not necessarily race, most of the women that voted for the person that they're angry at are the people who are marching.
Yeah.
So for what reason should we participate in a hysteria?
He won the woman's vote. He won the white woman's vote overwhelmingly.
Yes.
Overwhelmingly.
So the hysteria we're seeing, to me, is their disparity. It's not ours. It's not ours. Because what's happening is that their eyes are blind. People are under hypnosis. I mean, just saying the truth. They're under hypnosis. This is a distraction, and it's a vet for your attention.
So what I'm hearing is when the gender conversations and the, women's movement and different things, when these conversations come up, you hear these particular opinions and voices, but if you look closer, those opinions may be very different based off of the cultural breakdowns of
it's
who's
also
talking.
Cultural breakdowns, but you also know that there's media is a puppet master.
Absolutely.
So the disparities that we have are been agendized.
Yeah.
So I'm really asking people, do not check your brain at the door. Do the research. Figure out what you're really supporting. If at the end of the day you are really believing that, then God bless you. I respect your opinion. But if we cannot agree, at least be accurate. And I'm not hearing accuracy.
There you go. We stopped leaning on facts. I was talking to a buddy of mine, BP, just today. We had lunch and we were talking about how at least at one point we could all agree on facts. The world is round. Fact. And then from there we could decide some different things and how we feel about some things, but at least we always had a foundation on facts. But without that factual foundation now, we have no traction. We have nowhere to stand on the same plane as each other. So I mean, it's a whole bunch of pointless conversations. And when it comes to just women and feminist movement and things like that, let me be very clear. I am a man. I do not attempt to explain the women's movement. I don't attempt to explain black women's angst amongst white women in the movement. I don't attempt to do any of that because there are strong women in general. There are strong women of color that kind of, I stay in my lane, right? That's not, it's a lot of issues where it's my lane.
For we. You know what I mean for we is?
What's that?
During this women empowerment tour that we're doing because
Right.
it had to be more than a march from me. I appreciate that they actually brought some things to attention. That's
Absolutely.
what I do appreciate.
Right.
Now it's time for us to stop complaining about the division and figure out where do you participate in a
Let's get it
solution.
moved in. Right.
So we have a tour that's kicking off that we're shooting for TMTV, and what I appreciate is who's really supporting us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of men, because they hear me say out loud, "I don't hate men."
Right.
Because that's really what they believe, Tina, you must hate
And
men.
sometimes that's the energy that's put out there.
No, I don't hate men.
Mad at me. And it may not be I hate men, but you hate the things that make me a man.
Yeah.
You know
or
what I mean?
oppressed or this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. So a group of the men that are really supporting the tour, they got together, starting with Pastor Buff Hanford, that you know, Buff.
Yeah.
And started a group that goes right beside us called Me for We, Men Empowered for Women Empowered.
Oh, I love it.
So
Look, I was
right
raised.
there.
I was raised by women.
Mm-hmm.
I got a daughter. I love women. Have female friends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's to not support women is to not support life.
That's right.
That just doesn't make sense.
And it goes both.
It just does. So I do attempt to understand, and I attempt because it's a complicated. No group is just singular focus.
Mm-hmm.
No group is just everybody with the one opinion. So I do seek to understand when I see, do you really not want me to open the door for you because
I
that's
don't
moving
understand the
forward?
romantic issue.
You know,
there's so
do you
many
want me to?
things you
Because
can
I pride
say.
myself on being a gentleman. So that's we gonna have to continue that in another convo.
There's so many
obviously,
things that could be said
because
about that.
so I do
with
attempt to
John
understand
Tom.
because I'm like, I ain't think about it like that, but I don't have to either because I'm a guy. So help me understand. And you may say to me, no, that's not everybody. That's some. That's
some.
this particular group within the
I don't
movement.
participate in that thought.
But not this. Open my door, right?
My door, please.
Well, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take care of you. Hey, you know what?
you.
This is just an example of what we got to offer, and just intelligent conversation and seeking to understand and being okay with disagreeing. At the same time, it's that, but being able to do it in a way that we do not break down the humanity of the person we're talking to. Because at the end of the day, even if I don't agree, you're still a person. God made you like he made me. You're still important to the planet. I may vehemently disagree with your opinions. I may think you're stupid, right? I don't have to think you're smart. Nobody says I have to think you're smart. However, if we could keep this conversation factual, if we could keep it respectful, then we can have the dialogue. If we could, and oh man, don't make it a holiday and actually be open to another perspective.
Yes.
And be willing to grow in the conversation. Now that's just, you gonna make my day if that's the case.
That's right.
Family, let's have the conversations. Let's talk about it. And we're going to continue to do just that on this show. We're going to continue. Tell them about your show and where they can find you. So you can add to your millions of viewers like she needs more. She's talking to all the viewers. I'm just trying to get a few. I'm trying to get a couple. She's taking them all. I mean, it's a land grab over here. It's crazy. Tell them how they can find you.
They can find me on tinaspeaks.com. And you can also find HB on tinaspeaks.com, because if you click the multi-channel network called Connect to Your City, you get to see all the networks.
I'll ride a coattails. I'm going to sneak into the party.
And you get to see you there. So that's where you can catch us, everything that we're doing at the Tina Speaks show and Tina Speaks Today show, which are two different shows. You can catch us there. And then we also have my ministry, which is called the Hope Embassy, where we go out and focus on the vision of distributing hope from here to out of Mongolia.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And of course, you can find Home Base at home. We're going to be doing in the next week a relaunch of the website, because, you know, we just got that Homeboy website right now. I mean, let's be real. But we turning it up, and it's getting sexier and sexier. We're maturing. Homebasepoetry.com, and you'll be able to find not just this show. We're going to have it live streaming there and archived as well. But you'll be able to get linked up to our YouTube, Home Base Poetry official page, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagrams. You'll be able to do all of that, get all the information on all the other shows we have going on, as well as the Home Base Foundation nonprofit organization, which I'm so proud of, where we are focusing on working with high schoolers, high school students, teaching poetry workshops, but life skills as well. So we're going to balance life skills. We're starting with poetry workshops, where that's going to be extended to just all the different arts and all the different aspects of putting an event together. So we're we're really, really excited about that and been doing that I've been working with young people for over 20 years as a youth specialist, mental and behavioral health counselor, travel the world, working with young people. We even worked with Gandhi's granddaughter in South Africa, doing that very thing. And I look forward to continue to do it. And now we're going to do it in partnership with the nonprofit as I continue to travel the country and the world, working with them directly. So we're excited about that. Family, I appreciate you all. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for being my friend. And because I can't see your faces, I just assume that you're smiling and you're just so overjoyed with me because I'm willing to lie to myself to make me feel good. So take care. Glad you're here. Be good. Have a great time. We'll see you in about a week. Peace.
Peace.